In this video, I want to talk about how to evaluate a piecewise defined function. So very simply, a piecewise defined function is a function where different sets of inputs get different operations done to them. So for example, this function says that the function is equal to, that f of x is equal to x squared if x is less than 0, 2 if x is equal to 0, and 3x minus 4 if x is greater than 0. So what this means is that we have to first filter the input by which category does the input fall into. So if x is less than 0, then we do x squared. If x is equal to 0, then it's 2. If x is greater than 0, then it's 3x minus 4. And so when we want to evaluate a piecewise defined function, the first thing you need to do is first filter your x value. See where your x value falls in this list. And then whichever place it falls into, that's the function, that's the operation that you do in order to determine the function value. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's try f of negative 3. Okay, so the input here, this is the x, right, is negative 3. We need to first figure out, is negative 3 less than 0, equal to 0, or greater than 0? So I hope you said that negative 3 is less than 0. And that means that we're going to use this part of the function to evaluate. So it's going to be x squared, which is negative 3 squared, which is 9. And that's it. There's only one output, so don't get confused and think that you need to have 3 different outputs. These are each for a certain category of inputs. So you just have to figure out which category are you in and then complete according to that part. So let's try f of 0. So f of 0, okay, so now is 0 less than 0, equal to 0, or greater than 0? I hope you said that 0 is equal to 0, so we need to evaluate according to this rule, which is that it equals 2. Not 2x, just 2. So the function value at that point is just 2. Finally, we want to evaluate f of 4. So now we need to ask ourselves again, is 4 less than 0, equal to 0, or greater than 0? In this case, 4 is greater than 0, so we're going to use this part of the function to evaluate. So it's 3x, which in this case is 4, minus 4. So 3 times 4 is 12, minus 4 is 8. So the function at that point is 8. And that's how we evaluate a piecewise defined function. Remember, first decide where in your piecewise defined function does your input fall. Then define according to that rule. You should never have more than one output for a single input. So you just need to figure out which input or which rule is the part that you need to use for each particular input.